안녕하세요. Hello everyone. My name is Heather Jeong and I'm here at the Korean Cultural Center. And joining me are these very important VIP guests of KCC, beautiful ladies, Dianne and her daughter Evie. Hello.
Hi, nice to meet you all.
And I hear that you're really into Korean cooking and Korean cuisine and culture. So and through your mom, you are too, Evie. Yeah. So tell us how you got into Korean food. And I heard your nickname is Muppy.
Yes, call me Muppy or Dianne. I absolutely love Korean food. I have some family members who are Korean, so they introduced us to some food, some family celebrations. But then I also fell in love with K-dramas and started watching Korean dramas quite often, and very quickly saw how they enjoyed the food in almost every setting, and especially the tteokbokki and the street food, that it was like something that they just eat. And I became really interested in what that tasted like and started to look up Korean restaurants. And my sister-in-law gave me a Korean cookbook as well. So
your sister-in-law is Korean.
Yes.
So.
Yeah.
So I hear you were saying how you go to a lot of family barbecues. With lots of Korean barbecues.
Her family are wonderful cooks. They cook us beautiful Korean food. Very lucky. Very lucky to taste it so authentically, I guess, as well.
Right. Yeah. And what about you, Evie?
Well, as Mum said, we started going to Korean restaurants in the area, so obviously all of us went, me, my brother and our dad. And so that kind of introduced it all to me, and I got to try all that, and it's really good.
I think Korean barbecue is really popular amongst young kids. I know my son, who is around your age, always takes his friends to Korean barbecue or K-barbecue. Right.
We actually started cooking Korean barbecue at home on a Sunday night. It's our Sunday night thing at home now. We all sit around, and I love it because we sit around and enjoy the food together over a period of time. Whereas if we have a normal dinner, we just eat and everyone runs away. But you sit around and you cook the food slowly and you eat it. It's such not only it's delicious, but it's like it's like a family.
It's fun and it's quite interactive, which is But what are we cooking today?
So this is the tteokbokki Korean meal kit, which when we had it at home, Evie actually cooked it. So she cooked it for lunch one day for us, and it's absolutely delicious.
So we were given these meal kits, and we're cooking tteokbokki. Tteok means, how do you pronounce it?
Not that well.
It's a really hard word to pronounce. It's called tteokbokki. Bokki. Tteok means rice cake, and bokki means just stir fry, soup, a mixture. So, and everything that we need is in this meal kit. It's a pantry ingredient, so it doesn't matter where you are in the world, around the world, you can, as long as you have this meal kit, you can make tteokbokki. And you can buy similar meal kits. I mean, we got this sent from Korea, but you can buy similar meal kits from your local Korean supermarkets. So look for tteokbokki meal kit if you want to have it in your pantry.
Could you order online too, do you think? Online?
Yeah, so look for tteokbokki meal kits, or you can buy fresh rice cakes and make tteokbokki whenever you want. Shall we get started?
Yeah.
Yes. Shall we get started? Okay, so we've got, so what are these? Can you tell our viewers what this is?
So this is the rice cake sticks.
It's tteok.
Tteok.
It's made out of rice.
Rice and flour sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes. This one's made out of rice, but sometimes it can be made out of flour.
Wheat flour. Yeah.
So, and then if it's made out of wheat flour, it's called miltteok.
Oh, okay.
So mil means grain.
Okay.
So So
could you make this yourself?
Yes. But
from
it's
rice
very
flour?
So I mean, when I was younger, I used to make rice cakes, from scratch with my family, and it'd be like pounding glutinous rice, that's been soaked in water and then pounded into flour and then steam it, and then cutting them. But I mean, we don't have to
It's a
do
lot
that
of work,
anymore. A lot of
okay.
work. And cooking tteokbokki is so much fun and easy. Number one, arguably, number one street food in Korea, I think. Have you seen like Korean dramas where you can't have a Korean drama without tteokbokki, I think.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So
I'd love to go to Korea and
Yeah.
just buy it off the street.
let's all go. Right. Dianne, would you like to soak this in water?
Sorry, in this one?
Yes. Hot water. You've cooked this before, haven't you? Yeah. Evie, did you do this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
I didn't do it at all actually. I was busy working while Evie was...
Right. Yeah. It's you should be cooking this instead of it's easy as cooking instant noodles, isn't it? This is so
it's
quick.
really quick.
So you basically soak this in water, and Evie, and what's that?
This is fish cakes, dried fish cakes.
Yes, fried fish cakes, dried fried fish cakes, isn't it? And we're just going to
said
plump that a bit in the water as well. You don't have to put this in the water, soak it in water, but I mean, if you have a little bit of time, you can.
So would you buy this dried at the supermarket, or would you in the Korean grocer, or would you?
Yeah, have you bought these before in supermarkets?
No, I don't think so.
I think
Or Asian supermarkets?
we've looked for them, but we're not exactly sure what it is. Like we kind of see fish cakes, but
Yeah.
not like dry, like
Yes.
fried thin pieces of
Right.
it. It's like a big chunk.
Fish cake is sort of like this. There are different types of fried fish cakes. This is the Korean version, and you can get them. You can see them in Korean supermarkets in the freezer or in the fridge or any Asian supermarkets.
Oh, just
Yeah.
a normal Asian. Okay.
Yeah, or
That's good.
just go to your local supermarket and buy fried fish cakes. That's, I think most supermarkets have.
In the freezer.
Yeah,
section? Is that-
yeah. So is there a particular, you probably can source it anywhere.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So we've sort of soaked that in water. It's better to soak a little bit longer, but then we can just, start cooking. So this is about 360, mils of water. And could you add? I'll just turn the heat on. Could you add the fish slices, fish cakes?
And the water as
Yeah,
well?
yeah. You can make tteokbokki with lots of soup, or you can make it, less soup and make it more saucy. So there are different kinds of tteokbokki, as you know. You've made it before.
Because when Evie cooked it, she was like, I think it's meant to be a bit saucier. When she made it, she cooked it down a little bit, but it was still delicious. But it wasn't as runny as the picture.
Yeah, cooking, Dianne. So we're just gonna let this boil away, but we can, add the sauces. So, Evie, would you like to, because you've made this before, let's switch positions and let's put some sauces in tteokbokki.
How do I do this? I did this one first. I
Okay.
think.
Did you
I don't
do the?
remember.
Well, this is syrup. Do you know what this is?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, this is syrup made from rice or different grains. So it's a really natural version.
Is it
of
sweet?
I
Is it
didn't know.
sweet?
It's like
It's sweet,
honey,
but it's very
not as-
natural.
yeah.
It's not the cane sugar, crystallized. It's actually syrup, natural way of making syrup. So they boil rice or grain,
Okay.
and then what you left is with this beautiful syrup.
So rather than sugar, they add a syrup. Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
So that's what it is.
don't know what to
What about
start
if we start with
That one.
yeah?
Yeah.
Do you know what that is?
It's the, what is that again? It's the chili paste, right?
Yes,
Gotcha.
gochujang.
Is it?
Exactly, it's called gochujang.
Okay.
I think this is seasoned gochujang. I don't know any of the viewers whether they can read Korean. It's called pap toduk.
Oh.
Come on, Dianne. What's pap? I put you in a
is
spot.
cooked rice. Cooked rice.
Yeah, rice.
But I said
yeah.
bap.
Pap,
It's
rice.
bap.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so cooked rice.
Gimbap.
Yeah, exactly. And toduk, it's just a little sauce. What's toduk?
Was that the...
Oh, that's harder. It's thief. So it's saying rice thief.
Rice thing.
Yeah, so what it's saying is this sauce, gochujang, is so tasty. If you have this, you can eat a lot of rice.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, would you like to add the sauce? Oh, this is, I can tell Evie's a budding chef. Yeah. So last time you cooked this all by yourself for your family?
Oh gosh, I've got that.
Right, you can just leave it in there. And,
Excuse me.
okay, here you go. And we're going to add, what is that?
Soy sauce?
Yes,
I'm guessing.
yes,
It doesn't. Oh yeah, it does say soy sauce.
Yeah.
Do you want me to add it?
yes, thank
Sorry,
you.
Evie.
It's okay.
And you can help Mom. And Korean soy sauce is the soy sauce that we've added is actually soy sauce for soup, which is one of my favorite Korean ingredient actually, gochujang and Korean soy, because it's called cooked kanjang,
Yeah.
and it's saltier but more flavor than your normal soy sauce. So a lot
it's
of
like
Koreans add it to
dark
soups or sauces.
So if I go to the Korean supermarket, there'll be different types of soy sauces.
Yes, yeah, different types. Yeah,
You'll have to give me a slide. to
I
tell me.
will. I'll take you on a tour, girl. Yeah, and okay, there's 2 packets of chili powder. Shall we go easy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Shall we go easy? Shall we do just one?
And there it is.
It's boiling away.
Oops, that was not very
See?
good cutting. There you go.
Sure. Good.
I think that's a lot of people think
Yeah.
of Korean food as really, really, really spicy. But when that was kind of my idea of it before I'd ever eaten any Korean food. But actually, when you start eating it, there is some really spicy things, but most of it is not that spicy at all. It's just a really nice balance between the spiciness and the sweetness and the saltiness.
Exactly, isn't it? Exactly.
Yeah, whereas I think if some people just think of Korean food, they just think of
Yes,
really,
that's right.
really, really hot
That's such a
food.
great point that a lot of people who can't eat spicy food can eat Korean food that's on the spicy side, because there's that balance of the salt, the spice, and the sweetness. Yeah, that's this is a little bit of sugar. So because
Should
there's,
I add?
I think you can. I've tried it. You can probably. It's not a lot in there, so I think you can add the lot. Because this is spicy, we're just balancing out the spiciness with a little bit of the sugar.
So you do use normal sugar as well as this syrup?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. The syrup is not that sweet.
Okay.
But it actually, it's sweet, but not as sweet as your sugar.
Yeah.
So maybe just, you can add it all or half, up to you.
What did you do all
Yeah.
of it when you
Yeah,
we
I
go?
did all of it. I did as much as I
Yeah.
could get into it.
Oh, it's sticky.
Yeah.
Great.
It's like honey.
It's like honey, you're right. Yeah. It's a very natural product. And if you're making Korean barbecue, these kind of syrup that you can buy from Asian groceries adds a lovely gloss and thickness to your sauce. So instead of sugar, you can just add that. It's like it's like healthy like honey, but it doesn't have a strong flavor.
That's a good idea.
So
It's as much as I
yeah,
could get in.
thank you. That's great. You can put that back in the box, and then this is an dehydrated shallots and different veggies, but it adds flavor, doesn't it?
I was surprised actually at how nice they were. These dehydrated
is,
vegetables.
yeah.
It's not something that you typically cook with. You cook with fresh
Yeah, that's right.
spring onion or. But
Do
yeah,
you
they're
think
actually
that?
quite good.
Yeah, I was thinking that even if you go camping,
Yeah,
or
true.
you can take one of these meal kits. Doesn't have to be tteokbokki. It can be any Korean meal kit, and
This would be a great dish for the camp stove.
Isn't it? Yeah, yeah. And you've got all the protein, the carbs,
Yeah.
and the sauce. Yeah, I think I will do that. And this is a Korean salt with lots of seaweed. So it's a healthy,
nice.
healthy salt.
I'm on scissor
So,
duty.
Maybe we can, do you want to have a taste? Maybe we don't need all of that salt.
Okay.
Just maybe, you know, a little sprinkle or a pinch. Up to your health taste bud. What do you think?
Yeah, we do need to add
A bit more salt? Yeah.
Do you want to add it?
Yeah.
Go for it.
So maybe half the packet or a third of the packet?
a third.
Third, great. We've got a budding chef here.
Yeah, if you can measure a third by just shaking it.
Maybe a little bit more.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah, that's a third.
Mom, have a taste?
This is what I
Mum,
think is
have
the
a-
hardest thing though when I cook like Korean food or other Asian food is getting that balance of the saltiness and the.
Yes.
I find that hard. I think with my palate to get it
Yes.
right.
Yeah. So that's all you. Good?
It's spicy.
Yeah. Spicy? Right.
I
Let
like
me have
it.
a taste. It's pretty spicy. Yeah, pretty spicy, but it's delicious.
But it's nice. Yeah, you can taste the sweetness.
It's really
you can taste the
delicious.
saltiness. Yeah.
So let me just serve these to you ladies. I hope your spice tolerance is, to scratch.
So when Evie
Yeah.
actually made it, she cooked it down a lot more, so the sauce
Sure.
was quite
Thick?
thicker. Yeah.
It that's great, but sometimes I make it less thick because I'm going to add other ingredients in
Yeah,
there.
oh, true, yeah.
It's like this gift that keeps on giving. I'm gonna keep on layering and adding the ingredients into this tteokbokki dish.
Okay.
Yeah. So, there's a chopstick there. Can you use the metal chopstick?
Yeah.
You good with it? Yeah.
We actually bought them at
Oh,
home. So I have
alright.
at home the metal ones too.
Okay,
The flat
here,
ones,
Mum.
the Korean ones.
Alright.
That's how converted I am to Korean food.
Yeah.
We even bought Korean chopsticks.
It's more hygienic, isn't it?
I love it. She put them in the dishwasher.
Yeah, and good in the dishwasher too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So, I'll just serve you a little bit here.
It's really good.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Just turn this down. I'm just going to just lift this up and show the viewers. Okay, this bubbling pot of tteokbokki. So, it's really Moorish, and it's probably number one street food in Korea. I've walked many streets in Korea. You know, just having a craving for tteokbokki. And you know, young kids, it's very spicy. Do you need water? Yeah, I've walked many streets, you know, just craving tteokbokki, and you know, and little and school children, teenagers, they meet up after school over a bowl of tteokbokki.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So cool.
And there's, you know, these days it's like just restaurant buffet. Actually, I've heard the latest craze is there's a buffet restaurant, self-serve, just with tteokbokki, all these different kinds of tteokbokki. It's really popular.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
And soju? What about drinking the soju?
Oh, soju,
Is it
anything.
Is that that's another thing I often see on the street, on the dramas. They eat their tteokbokki and drink their soju.
Yes. I mean, maybe,
Evie's
you
too
know,
young.
yeah, when Evie goes there, maybe we'll open up a bottle of soju, shall we?
Evie
Yeah.
really likes milkers.
Oh,
Milkers,
right.
that
Yes.
Korean.
Yeah.
So when we have our Korean barbecues, my husband and I drink the soju, and they drink milkers.
Dianne is so Korean. She's more Korean than me. Right. So in this tteokbokki, we can actually add other ingredients. As I said, it's like a gift that keeps on giving. So I bought some eggs. Would you like to put some eggs?
Just whole?
There?
Just put it on the whole?
Yeah, sure. We will wash our hands, and so maybe just two. And so we can add hard-boiled eggs to this. Right. Right. So that's another ingredient that go into tteokbokki. I think tonight everyone's so busy watching, not as many questions. But if you have any questions or comments, you can always leave that, and we're happy to answer your questions. Leave your comments or questions here. I'm a cooking instructor here, and I'm with this VIP of KCC, and we would love to answer questions. Right, so another ingredient, right, yeah, noodles, instant noodles. I mean, this is like really, you know, it's like two polar opposites. You've got this healthy rice cake, and really healthy like chili, and then you've got
2-minute noodles.
So we probably won't need all of this, I think. Should we break that in half? Yeah. That's okay. I would have, maybe that's why I sort of tricked you. Yeah. Right. Okay, so
we don't really eat
stick
that
that
at home.
in there. You don't really eat this
Then
at
you won't
home?
have 2-minute noodles at home, no, so she probably has never broken them.
Yeah, yeah. So see how you said that yours was thicker,
Yeah.
Much more like that.
and then it's getting, you know, thick.
That was much more like what
Yeah,
Evie's was.
so it's getting really thick. So that's what you, and then the rice, the noodles would cook.
Yep.
Yeah, it's got like this crunch. Maybe you can do tap dancing with walking on instant noodles. Yeah, add some sound element here, isn't it? Right, and then here we have these mandu.
Yeah.
You knew that already, didn't
Mandu,
you?
yeah.
Mandu. And what is mandu?
Mandu is like deep fried dumplings.
Yeah, Korean dumpling.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, so it's already been, this is such a street food tradition, and when you go to Korea, or even when you're making this at home, if you've got some mandu or dumplings, you can deep fry them, or you can steam them, and you can add it to
Add it to your
tteokbokki.
tteokbokki.
Would you like to add some mandu?
Sure.
Maybe 1 or 2. Thank you.
There you go.
Yeah. And then maybe you can, and here, what I've got here is, do you know what this is, Dianne?
I think
Evie?
I don't remember.
Yeah. Yeah, this is Korean style fried squid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, you know, we have like salt and pepper calamari. This is Korean calamari or
yum.
Korean squid. I bought this in a Korean grocer in the freezer section, and I just deep fried it.
Okay.
Or you can put it in the air fryer back at home. So normally I buy a packet from a Korean supermarket and
Did
just
you buy this as well? The
Yes,
mandu?
yeah,
You
yeah.
didn't cook it?
Yeah, I mean, of course you can make it,
can
of
make
course
it.
we can make it, but this is like quick and easy street food.
Yeah, food that you can, yeah.
So you just chuck everything in, put some mandu in an air fryer. So
Okay.
yeah, so it's easy, simple food. So should we try some eggs and mandu and squid?
Oh, yes, please.
That's sometimes I like the extra things that in the tteokbokki more than actually the rice cake. So I'll serve you some, Evie, and
please.
see how you go. It's like this, it's what I call this unlimited pot of ingredients. Just when you thought that you'd finished, you know, there's still more that you can get from the pot. So that's some calamari or squid. And I'll cut this in half. And the tteokbokki, the sauce is acts like a beautiful sauce for the other ingredients. Here you go.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
It's okay.
I'm dying to stalk your Instagram, Muppy.
Yeah.
So when did you start your Instagram? And
Oh, gosh.
yeah, Evie tells me it's amazing, and you've got lots of beautiful food posted.
Yeah. Very long time ago. I can't even remember when I started it. But yeah, I love cooking. So if you visit my Instagram, it's pretty much all just different foods that I like to cook. Not just Korean food, all sorts of foods.
So it's called Muppies.
Muppies, Muppys.
So please check it out. I've heard it's amazing, and I'm dying to stalk your Instagram. Is there a lot of? I bet there's a lot of Korean food in the in your Instagram posts. Yeah. Have you had a lot of Korean food posts on your Instagram?
I always post it if we make it or if we go out to a restaurant that sells it.
Right.
So, but yeah, and I cooked all the because I was lucky enough to get the meal boxes. I posted basically all the dishes that I cooked from them as well. So
Right, there were 12 meal kits in the packet, wasn't it? In the whole package. What was your favorite?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe the
Tteokbokki? Kimbap?
Yeah.
Right, so you made kimbap, which we prepared here. Now that you've mentioned it, yeah, you're going to be so full by the time we finish cooking class. Yeah. So this is Korean rolled sushi or kimbap. What does kim mean?
I don't know.
Yeah. Come on, Mom. Yeah.
Wait.
Muffy's so into Korean language.
yeah, I'm just trying to if it's a cooked rice, filled, rolled.
Yeah. Kim means seaweed.
Oh, seaweed.
Oh, okay.
Pap
That's
from
the-
before.
Yep. So
Pap rice. Yeah.
Yes.
So
Seaweed
seaweed.
rice.
Yeah, in rice. So
Because
yeah, and so a lot of the time we dip. So if you like to just grab kimbap,
oh, yeah.
here you go. So
did you make this, Heather?
Oh no, I bought this. I normally make this, but for like this is street food, everything is like instant. So if you live near a Korean supermarket or Asian supermarket, buy it. Or you can just make it like Evie did with the meal kit.
Yep.
Yeah. So would you like to try one,
I'd love
Mom?
to try one,
Yeah,
thank you.
Dianne. I'm going to try one. And you dip. So this is another thing that dips. So I'm going to, Oh, I think there's a question.
How is the tteokbokki, ladies?
It's incredible, Barbara. Wonderful. It's really good.
It's a really good balance between spicy and I think like as a Westerner when I first saw tteokbokki, it makes me feel like it's a tomato-y based dish. Like it looks like a pasta dish with tomato, but it tastes absolutely nothing like that. And it's got a really nice balance and depth of flavour with the spiciness and the soy sauce and the sweetness and it's delicious. And I really love my favourite part, I think, is actually the rice cakes. I really love the rice cakes covered in the sauce. Like it's just it's delicious. It's a nice texture, nice flavour.
And it's a great alternative to like pasta or because it's gluten free. So you can use stock. In your pasta dish. Yeah. And sometimes, and vice versa. There's a craze in Korea at the moment. A lot of people put there's like thing called rose tteokbokki. So you know what that is, Evie?
Rose tteokbokki.
It's they add cream or milk
Oh,
in the
really?
spicy sauce.
Oh, really?
Yeah, to tone it down. So
sounds strange.
or like carbonara tteokbokki, which is a creamy tteokbokki.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So
Cheese.
yeah. So let me just or cheese. So we might just, I keep telling you, this is a dish that keeps on giving. So just one pot goes a long way, which is great, that's why it's such good comfort food. So a lot of Koreans put cheese on everything these days. So, and let that melt. So do you like cheese in tteokbokki? Have you tried
I
it?
don't think I've had cheese in tteokbokki. I do like cheese though.
So Koreans love to put cheese and let it melt, especially on really spicy food. And this is pretty spicy. So we'll let that melt a little bit before we eat. Because you told me that you like cheese on your tteokbokki.
Yeah, I think it's delicious. It works really well with the.
Yeah.
It kind of seems strange, but when you eat it, you're like, it tastes nice. It works.
It does.
I love fusion too. I absolutely love cultures fusion, flavors and stuff. Taking the best of one and the best of another, and seeing how well they work together.
Anyway, so in this little meal kit, I think there was enough food for at least 4 people, I think, and just keep on adding, adding things. Yeah. So this is our take on tteokbokki using this meal kit. But today is all about street food, and it's like a pairing. When you have tteokbokki, if you go to a tteokbokki stand, there's usually a omuk tang, steaming a pot of fish cake soup. When you go to Korea, especially if you go to the ski fields, one of my favorite experience and taste is having omuk tang or fish cake soup in the cold.
In the cold.
It just warms you up so much.
So in the dramas, they often get given a cup with the stick in it, and you see them eating the stick. But then the soup is something you drink separate, or
yes,
okay,
yeah, definitely.
Cool. Yeah.
You hold the stick, but you drink and hold the cup of the soup, and you drink the soup. Eat the stick, eat the fish cake, and then
and then drink a sip.
Yeah,
Love it.
Anyway, so let me just hold this up again. The cheese is melted.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah.
I'm very inspired.
It melts really quickly. So, but anyway, even if you don't, if you have rice cakes, which we do, if you have rice cakes, if you have gochujang, which is chili paste,
Yep.
you can make tteokbokki anywhere and anytime.
And this was in the freezer section at the supermarket? Fridge.
That's a great question. I got this from the just on the kitchen bench.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
Neither the fridge.
yeah, neither at the shop bench.
Okay.
Because it just came in.
They make it
was
fresh.
very fresh.
Okay, yeah.
But usually you can get it in the fridge or in the freezer section.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you get it from if you've stored it in the fridge or freezer, because it stores really well in the freezer, all you do is take it out of your freezer and then soak it in cold water, for about half an hour.
And sometimes they're very thin like this, and sometimes they're very thick. Is that just preference, or
Preference,
Okay.
yes. Or sometimes it's made out of rice cakes, mostly, or sometimes it's made out of wheat flour. It depends on your personal preference. But let's go for omuk tang or fish cake soup that you've seen in Korean K-dramas.
Yeah.
Okay, to make this, it's pretty simple. You can buy fried fish cakes in sticks like this in the free fridge or freezer section of your local Korean supermarket, and it's got the fish slices in the skewer, and it comes with the sauce.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, a lot of the packets come with the sauce.
Okay.
And it's super easy. And you just put the sauce in pot of water, boiling water, and then add the fish cakes. Okay, it's going to be flying chopsticks and tap dancing over instant ramen. Okay, so Evie, do you think you can, make this for mom later on?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So that's super easy. But sometimes, I like to think, oh well, it's pretty easy, but I want to get it more healthy and even more tasty.
Okay.
So I'll show you how to make odeng tang. That I normally, it's like homemade style odeng tang, right? Super easy. So in a pot of water, all I'm doing is I'm going to add radish.
Yep. And this is the giant big daikon style radish.
Yes.
Yep.
So have you seen that before?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you want to put that in the pot? Right. So, and I love eating moo. This is called moo in Korean. I love eating moo, it's one of the sort of like a good component in this soup, and you boil this until the radish gets really soft, which is about, depending on the size of the radish, the cut radish, but as 15 minutes to half an hour, make it really soft. And then you add these sauce satchels, ingredients to make stock with.
Tea bag.
Like a tea bag.
Soup bag.
Yeah. So I'll show you what's inside. Right. Here you go. If you want to hold that up. If you could, yeah. Would you like to hold that up and show our viewers?
It's got like.
Do you want to hold one out? Yeah.
Looks like
Is it fish? Fish.
Yeah.
Anchovy.
Yeah. Dried anchovies.
I think that's.
Yeah. And what else does it have, Evie?
Is this dried seaweed?
Yes, there's seaweed.
And more dried fish.
I
That's
hold it up too.
not fish head.
Yeah.
Is that fish heads and
I
seaweed?
can't tell what else is in there.
Yeah. So that's basically.
There's mushroom.
Yeah. So there's dried mushrooms, there's dried anchovies, dry little prawns. I think sometimes, and it's a tea bag to make stock. Now we open that up, so I'll use one that is intact. So you can drop that in. Yeah.
So Alston has asked, is tteokbokki and something else,
Omultang?
an expensive food in Korea?
No. Super cheap. It's super one of the cheapest food in Korea, but because it's so tasty, cheap, and full, it's quite filling as well, especially in sort of colder months. That's why people it's beloved by everyone.
Because it's cheap and you can just buy it and eat it.
Yeah, and it's more Asian, and it's got carbs, it's got spice.
Because in the dramas when they eat it, they just seem to eat lots of the sticks and then they just pay money. Like
That's right.
this is what I've eaten,
Yeah.
and then here you go. Like, I love the idea that it's a very different culture to the way we would order food
she's
here.
so Korean. Yeah, so you pay for sticks sometimes. A lot of the times you pay for, one stick or or
they seem to
sometimes
just take it and eat it.
Yeah, a lot of the times with tteokbokki stalls, you can buy tteokbokki and then you can say, can I get a little bit of the odengtang soup?
To go
So
with it.
omultang soup. Yeah. Okay, so let me just put this away, because with the magic of this cooking class, we've made this soup. We've made it. We cooked it for about half an hour, so the radish is really soft, right? And then we're going to add. I'm going to get rid of this tea bag. Yeah, soup bag. That's right.
What's it called in Korean? Does it have a name?
In Korean?
Yeah.
This?
The actual bag of. Is it something they would use in Korea, or is?
Oh yeah. Normally,
Or they make it
I'm from
scratch?
old school. I use the dried anchovies, and I do put it in separately. But it's so convenient to just have the tea bag. Right. So in this pot of the tea bag, the stock, and the radish, I like to add onions for sweetness, maybe some garlic, and just bring it to a boil. And then I'm gonna get you to drop all the fish cake skewers.
I've noticed on them that these ones look like they've got like carrots or something in them.
Yeah, that's right.
Orange bits. Is that-
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a different.
Cool.
It's a different style of fish slices. Fried fish slices.
So it's already fried, the fish cake.
Yes. And it's already skewered.
So really, you're just heating it up.
You're just
in the
heating
soup
it up.
and adding flavour.
Yeah, because it's already cooked.
Yeah.
Oh gosh,
And you
I
just,
lost fish cake.
Oh, that's okay. You've got some runaway ramen noodles, chopsticks, fish cake. Right. Okay. So we're gonna. So I might just transfer this over. You can make this before your friends and family come, and and then reheat. That's what I like to do normally, and then we can add this sauce here. Why don't we do that? We can add half of this sauce.
So does this have any salt in it? The
Not
soup?
yet.
Okay,
not
so
yet.
this is the salt. Okay.
Yeah. So this is soy and some, like seasonings, like maybe some cooking wine,
And
some
so if you
sugar.
bought fish cakes and it didn't come with this, you could just add soy sauce.
Yes. And the soy sauce, you can use your regular soy, but I'll just show you. Just any kind of Korean soup soy. And there's a soy that's specially for soup, and it has a lot of seasoning. So this is omukang. There's another question.
Oh, this is fun.
To me, what are your favourite Korean dramas?
Come on, ladies.
I've got one that she always talks about, Crash Landing on You.
Yeah. I love
said that
Crash
makes
Landing
her
on You.
cry.
Yeah. Oh, it's so sad. Yeah, and I really loved Mr. Sunshine. I really loved Hotel de Luna. I do like romantic ones. The Angel's Last Kiss or Love.
Yeah.
I can't remember. There's one
You
about-
know more about it
Yeah,
than me.
I've watched so many. Yeah, but I didn't watch the Squid Game.
Oh,
Wow,
yes.
I don't watch that sort of stuff. I like more romantic ones or ones that also have a little bit of mystery or
Yes.
not so much gruesome.
What about you, Evie? What's your favorite?
Oh, I don't watch
She doesn't watch
K-dramas.
I watch it on my own.
Yeah.
Do you listen to K-pop?
No, not really. My friends do though. They're always talking about different things and stuff.
And who's your favorite heartthrob Korean actor?
Oh god.
Like romantic dramas. I put you in a spot.
I can't remember any of their names, even though I watch it all the time.
My favorite is
What
Kim
about
Min-ho. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
What about the couple that
Yeah, that's
ended
the
up
crash,
getting
the,
together?
the crash landing on you couple. The Hyun and Sejin. Hyunbin and Sejin or something like
Hyunbin?
that.
Yeah. Hyunbin?
Binchin, they're called because they're
Yeah.
a couple. I'm pretty sure.
Hyunbin.
If you don't know what we're talking about, the actors from Crash Landing on You ended up getting together, the two main actors who were romantic, and it's really exciting because Crash Landing on You didn't have the greatest ending. So it was like, yes! Anyway.
Yeah, it was an ambiguous ending,
wasn't it? Yeah.
wasn't it? Yeah.
There was no way it was ever going to be happy, but yeah.
Yeah.
And the,
It's who you talk about is Hyunbin and Son Hae-jin.
yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. And so now I think they're getting married. So it's
Yes. Yeah.
such a
that's my
nice
favorite.
story.
Yeah. Okay, so this is kind of coming together now, and we can add some soy, a bit more soy, the gukganjang that I was talking about. So just for more flavor.
See, this is what I would never get right. Just tip
Yes.
it in a
Yes.
taste it.
Yes, and then I'm going to add some salt here, just for more seasoning.
Yep.
I think. I don't think it'll be salty. Yeah, Koreans like using this cooking philosophy called sonmat. You never measure anything out. You just
try it.
Yeah.
It's the best way to cook.
Yeah, eyeballing ingredients, remember the taste, and all of that is called sonmat. So I'm going to just taste for seasoning, and then let you sort of serve it to you so that you can tell me how it is. Oh, it's delicious.
It's good.
Yeah, it's so heartwarming. This is like my comfort food. Let me just serve it to you. Okay. And also, with clear soups like this, little tip, most often than not, right at the end, Koreans like adding some seasoning of pepper.
We have Nancy asking a question. Are the soup bags available in the supermarket? I am making a mess.
This is like a pattern, so I think I'll have a body shield next to Evie. Next next time I make sure I wear a body shield. No, that's great. So can you answer the question, Evie? Yeah.
They
again?
are, right?
Yeah.
You did say yes. You can get them in supermarkets.
Yeah. Every
I'm assuming Korean supermarkets,
yes.
not like Woolworths, Coles and stuff, but Korean supermarkets. Yes.
Yeah, I wish actually, someone should actually really promote it and, have it in the mainstream supermarkets because there's no excuse not to make stock. Once you have one of these, I'm going to do that to you, maybe, tea bags, then you can make any stock.
You don't have to buy the little spoiled stock.
And it's all natural. There's no preservatives. It's all natural, dried ingredients. So dried anchovies make beautiful stock, and so does dried mushrooms.
Can you get vegetarian ones?
Yes, they have vegetarian ones as well, and they're beautiful too. So vegetarians, take note. Go to the Korean supermarket and buy this. Yeah. So this is bubbling away. So it's always good to add a bit of black pepper in a clear soup like this right at the end. It just gives it a bit of oomph. Yeah, so that lifts it up. And I'm going to serve it to these beautiful ladies. So I wish I had a paper cup because they normally serve it in paper cups. Yeah. Right. So
I'd like to know that too, because sometimes I don't know how much is real that I see on a drama and how much is
is
represented.
No, it's pretty authentic.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So, and another good tip is always put green onions right at the end.
It just beautiful.
Lifts up the broth. Yeah,
looks so nice.
So I'm just gonna turn this off now. Maybe a beautiful, not the carroty one. But the one that's more mainstream. Here you go. Here you go, Mom. Here you go, Muppy. Go. That's a question for Evie, I think.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Where can you buy tteokbokki packets? In Korean supermarkets. Again, fridge mostly, I'm pretty sure, but also freezer and obviously if it's fresh on the bench.
Oh, you're such a smart cookie. You're such a smart cookie. Right, okay, so here you go with some green onions. Go. Right, here you go. Have you got a spoon there? Would you like a spoon there or? Yep. Here you go, Dianne.
Thank you. Let me taste
Let me.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
You can even taste that last little bit of pepper that you put in there.
So was this better than what you tasted before? You said you were trying to make it, and
when we tried to make it, it was terrible. But we've had it at a restaurant and it was quite nice. But this is just as good. Yeah, really good, beautiful.
Yeah.
I love the stock.
Yeah.
When we
so
first had it was super peppery.
I think the stock is even better than the one we tried at the restaurant.
Right.
Because the first time we had it, it was like really peppery when we had it. But this one's it's not as peppery. It's there, but it's not like
just a hint.
Pepper.
Yeah. And it warms you up, and it's it feeds the crowd. So and you can eat this, drink, maybe with having a bottle of a cup of soju. Yeah. Sometimes you put soju in here, and sometimes we even put whiskey in here just for that alcohol. Yeah. Little bit in, or they. My family have been known to put whiskey. Of course, the alcohol dissipates.
Oh, they could cook it off. Okay.
In this, sometimes soju, cooking wine, whiskey. Yeah, why don't you put a whole bottle of soju in here? Just joking. But the little bit, if you have a little bit of soju and add it in, it gives a good sort of seasoning and sort of like that really warm as well, but make sure you get rid of all the alcohol before you serve it to our Evie here. Anyway, so we've made tteokbokki, we've made this omuk tang, fish cake soup, And if you have access to tteok, which is these rice cakes, make sure you make tteokbokki. Or if you have rice cakes and gochujang, you can just stir fry it with sesame oil and garlic without the sauce. Just stir fry it. Lots of gochujang, soy sauce, garlic, and that makes a dry. It's called 기름 tteokbokki, which is you just stir fry it over with a bit of oil, gochujang, and garlic.
And then you wouldn't add things like this to it because it's
No,
not liquid.
no,
Yeah.
and it's like, you know, food that you have as a snack with beer or soju or wine.
With cheese or no cheese?
Maybe with cheese. Yeah. So, you know, if you have, you know, afternoon snacks when kids come home, you've got some rice cakes in the fridge or freezer, just stir fried in a bit of oil with gochujang and garlic and soy, and a bit of honey maybe or sugar.
Yeah.
And that's a beautiful snack too. So, come on ladies, we've got to have a big party after this, street food party. So this concludes our cooking class or demo of tteokbokki. Yeah. And omukang or fish cake soup. And we've got to get through this food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm inspired. I'm going to add
And
it to
watch
my menu.
K-drama.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Make it.
Thank you.